Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, welcome to your English literature class. When ambition meets betrayal, then history is written in blood. Julius Caesar, sometimes seen as a hero to some, and indeed a threat to others. It is a tragic tale of power, ambition, and prophecy. So, today we will explore the world of Julius Caesar as presented in Tales from Shakespeare by Charles and Mary Lamb. Julius Caesar is set in ancient Rome, so we can say that the story's setting is Rome. But who exactly is Julius Caesar, and why is the story titled as Julius Caesar? Let's begin by introducing the main characters of this particular story. Julius Caesar is the protagonist of the story. He's a renowned Roman leader and a skilled warrior, famous all over Europe as a conqueror. He was honored by his people as a national hero. The next character is Calpurnia, and she's the wife of Julius Caesar. Another key character is Brutus. He's a brave man with noble morals, and moreover, he is Caesar's dearest friend. The other characters are Cassius. He's the brother-in-law of Brutus and a member of the Roman party. Mark Antony. He's a close friend of Caesar. Octavius, he is another friend of Caesar. The others are Casca and Decius. They are the members of the Roman party. Now what happens is that Cassius, he suspected that Caesar might be offered the crown at the national games and sought to prevent him from becoming king. Now what Cassius is doing, he convinced Brutus to join a conspiracy against Caesar, brainwashing Brutus about Caesar's increasing power. Brutus questioned why Caesar should be regarded as great, believing that we both were born free and we both could experience hardships equally, but why Caesar was beginning to resemble a god. During the brainwashing conversation, Casca pointed out that at the national games, Mark Antony offered Caesar the crown 3 times. Caesar refused each time, but appeared increasingly reluctant to decline with each offer, and Casca was sure that if Caesar were offered the crown again, he would definitely accept it. Brutus is troubled after deciding to join the conspiracy against Caesar, wanting to stop him from becoming the king of Rome. And in the night, conspirators like Cassius, Casca, and Decius, they meet Brutus to finalize their plan to kill Caesar at the Capitol the next day while he is giving a speech. Brutus insists on killing only Caesar and not Mark Antony, pointing that what Antony can do, he's just a limb of Caesar. He can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off. And the next day is stormy, and Calpurnia has a bad dream, and she warns Caesar not to go to the capital. But what she has seen in the dream is that Caesar's statue pours blood and people wash their hands in it. Despite her fears, Caesar is persuaded by Decius to go to the capital, as Decius interprets Calpurnia's dream positively, saying it means Rome will prosper under your rule. And Decius went on to say that people intend to offer you a crown, and refusing that just because of your wife's dream will make you appear cowardly. And Caesar wraps his cloak and agrees to go. So, what happens at the capital? The conspirators surround Caesar, and Casca initiates the attack by stabbing Caesar, and the others followed, including Caesar's best friend Brutus, and it deeply hurts Caesar more than the wounds he got from others, and he cries out in pain, "You too, Brutus?" Seeing this, he falls dying on the ground. The sudden killing throws the Roman people into shock and confusion. Later on, Brutus addresses the frightened citizens at Caesar's funeral, justifying the murder by saying he killed Caesar out of love for Rome. He believed killing Caesar was necessary to preserve Rome's freedom and republic, and by saying this, he was emphasizing his noble intentions. His speech initially persuaded Romans. But Antony tells the Romans that he has come to bury Caesar and not to praise him, and he questions Brutus's accusation that Caesar was ambitious. He highlights Caesar's kindness and generosity to the poor and mentions that Caesar refused the crown 3 times, which implies that Caesar wasn't truly ambitious. He sarcastically calls the conspirators honorable men while showing Caesar's torn cloak, and thus arouses the crowd's emotions. The Romans demand revenge, labeling the assassins as wicked. Antony's speech successfully turns the public against Brutus and the conspirators. Now the stage is set for the final battle. Brutus and Cassius fled to Greece after Caesar's assassination and camped with their army at Sardis, where Antony and Octavius were positioned near Philippi. During this time, Brutus had become bitter after learning that his wife died, and the internal conflicts of their army weakened their cause. Despite the advice of Cassius to wait, Brutus persuaded Cassius for an attack on Antony at Philippi. The battle was intense, and Cassius mistakenly thought that they were losing the battle, and just because of that, he killed himself with his own sword. And when Brutus found his brother-in-law dead, he cried out, "O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet," which means that you are still powerful. And then Brutus fought again, but he was defeated, and he also took his own life. And in the concluding lines, when Antony finds Brutus's body, he praised him as a noble Roman who acted for the people's good and ordered an honorable burial for Brutus, and quotes, "This was a man, a brave and honorable man."